They'll knock you down more often than not, but they'll usually burn a lot of rerolls because there's a 1 in 9 chance that they will fail their a 2 die block, and generally they're blocking with the black orcs first because they already have the strength advantage. So you can cause a lot of turnovers that way, but not this game. Oh, and when I made that blitz on the ball carrier in here, I left these two guys not moving. Again, like I played all or nothing. I should have moved them to a better position where they could have been more useful, like over here to stop this cage from forming. But instead, what I did was, if he had knocked over the ball carrier, the ball might have bounced out somewhere, and then my thrower could have walked up, grabbed it, and run off. Maybe thrown it like downfield or something. So that was a poor decision. Uh, this is why you should not rely on the dice because I mean, like right now I'm looking like a pretty crap player, which I'm not great. I'm obviously the uber noob, but still, like this is pretty ugly play. This is not a good setup right here. When you're trying to lock down opponents with linemen, you want it set up to where your linemen cannot be knocked away. So, like for instance, like this black orc could block man here, and then this thrower is free to run wherever he wants. So, like I'm not doing a very good job of locking up here. Right over here. Again, I'm trying to put tackle zones on the ball carrier because I am out of position and scrambling for the ball. This is not what you want to do when you play. I didn't want to follow up there because I didn't want to get crowd surfed. So I run over here, which is just even more out of position. Rolled double skulls. I decided not to re-roll it because I only had one re-roll left, and these orcs are pretty much out of position anyways. So this whole situation is just hell in a handbasket. Yeah, I'm playing so poorly that we're just gonna check out these cheerleaders here. Yeah. So that way you don't have to see what's going on over here. Oh, well, I guess we'll show you. Alright, my idea here was, sorry, Captain. Um, I stood him up because, again, like, you want to slow down his cage. He can't, like, if he's throwing blocks over here with these characters, he's not moving them with the cage. And, I mean, there's not Mighty Blow, so arm rate's pretty good. And that, ended in a death, so that's how that goes. I am pretty cavalier with my players, so sorry if you're watching and wincing whenever. Here, if you want an update too, this is Joe the Sacrifice. This is Mile High. Laying over here is Man. We have McCormick up here. This is Eric the Fish. I moved him over here because I wanted to, like I said, I want to try to lock up as many people as I can, and at the same time, my +1 agility makes it to where I can dodge away. Sadly, though, this just means that he gets blocked instead of gluing somebody down. And this is Walker Texas Ranger, and of course here's Bob, completely out of position and not doing anything. And that is completely my fault. So, anyway, back to this. Yeah, and another thing, whenever you try to blitz on an incomplete cage, realize that it might not work, and try to set up to the point where you can recover if it doesn't work. Because like over here, like I was like, well, if I knock him down, I can go with my catcher and pick up the ball. Well, that's not the way you should play it. If you knock him down and the ball pops out, great. But I should have moved the characters like more in this general vicinity rather than just banking on that, which is what I did. So anyway, again, he has this poorly set up cage. Like he has corners touching people, which is never what you want as a cage. Never what you want when you're caging. And if Kenny hadn't failed a dodge roll with a reroll there, we might have gotten a 2-die block against him. But this is not all loss. I have a tackle zone on the thrower. I don't know why I didn't pick up Eric here. I was pretty tired this morning. I should have at least picked him up. I think what the deal was, I didn't want to get blocked again, but at the same time I didn't want him to have to make a dodge roll. Because if he had dodged away and failed, even though it's a 1 in 6 chance of failure, um, like I wouldn't have had the reroll for what was more important, which was getting the ball loose. So here's Walker, Texas Ranger standing up to like 5 orcs. It's pretty sweet. So basically, if you take anything away from this, um, this should be a good example of why not to rely on dice when you play the game. You should definitely be relying on positioning. When the game is played like intelligently instead of what I've shown you here, the game is all about positioning. And I do kind of pick it up a little bit the second half to and quit sucking quite so much. Okay, so he broke a lot of armors there. I have a lot of stunned guys, and due to my inability to do things correctly, I only have 2 guys that can even like try to put pressure on the ball, which is Mile High and Walker. Uh, Eric is caught so far out of position that he can't get into range, and same thing for Bob. Everyone else is stunned. So, I mean, never make it easy for him.